this is Dave of Hunter, and this is a weekly Forex forecast. So probably last one for this year, because I'm planning to stop trading on the 20th December, which means that we probably have just a 3 days in the next week. So last week the dollar has finally dropped down on the FOMC, as they did not raise the interest rates as we've been expecting, right? So that's finally played out, and we had some phenomenal trades which I as well posted in my Telegram channel. So if you are not in there, you should join, because you've been missing some beautiful prediction posted just before the FOMC, right? And they ended beautifully, where I actually closed something like a 235 pips on the pound on this swing trade, right? Then I got a USD CAD, another beautiful swing trade, right? 200 pips. And the last one which I was focusing on was a euro, where I had more trades, but this one was the one which was the latest one, and I closed it in here, right? So that was a quite nice end of this probably trading year, where I'm actually yielding this month plus around 8%, and in the end it's going to be something around a 98% profit in this year, which is, I would say, not bad. All right, so this week what I'm expecting is, I think that this can still continue. I have a few theses for that. So first of all, the seasonal tendencies, if you see the dollar, what's going on in here, most likely until the end of the year it can be still dropping, right? Second thing, if we look to the COT data, we can finally see this change in here, which I said that it's not possible to see in the COT data yet, but because based on the where the COT was released, right? So as usual, as I'm telling it always, they are trying to hide their intention until the latest moment, right? But this drop, they could not hide it anymore, right? So here we can see finally the negative change on the dollar. However, there will be much more longs closed probably and shorts added, because again, look, here is a Tuesday, which showed by my indicator. So these few candles, 5, 4, 6 candles is a Tuesday, but the price dropped on the Wednesday, right? So from the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's not included in the data, right? So anyway, we don't have the COT data complete, but we must be able to read in between the lines, right? So price is dropping. Where we could go potentially, let's go to daily, and if we are on the daily right now, what is my target, right? If you look at it this way, look at this, how they left these two equal lows, right? So most likely those who've been trading on a Friday, less informed traders, probably they see this pullback, right? And they could be targeting some higher prices. You know why? Because they think, oh, okay, this is a strong support, rejected 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, right? So let's go long, right? So they will put obviously their stop losses somewhere around, somewhere into this zone, right? So this zone would be for me target, right? So I would like to be targeting these stop losses, which is between the optimal trade entry 70 and 80% of the FIB, right? Potentially we could go even lower into this fair value gap and even into this one, right? But that's too far for me right now. I will be happy if the next week I can take some trade like this, right? Or maybe some scalp. Let's go to lower time frame again. Let's go to 4 hours. And right now when we are here, here is what I'm actually looking for, right? So I'm not interested to play below a 50% of this swing, right? So I would like to see a price to go higher into this level, right? In here probably we have a previous day's high, which is this blue line, you can see, right? So for me, so how it could looks like, right? Obviously this what I will show you right now can be completely different in the next week, but what I want to see is something like this, right? This, and then you know you have some another candles, and then you have this high, right? And then when the candle goes above this, right, then we can look for a entry. So that's what I want to see here on the dollar index. I'm still bearish. I think we're going lower, but for me, I want to play above a 50%, right? So I'm watching these two levels for potential confirmation for the other pairs to trade, right? So let's go to the euro right now. Euro, in my opinion, has left these two relatively equal highs as a potential target, right? So now the price has dropped lower into where? Into the 4 hours level. It's around a 50%, right? So what I'm seeing in here is that the price could be a bottoming, but I need to wait for the confirmation on the dollar, right? Until the dollar take these highs out, right, and being rejected, then it means that the euro is not ready yet, right? But you can see we have this previous day's low here, right? We got this fair value gap here. Here is a 62%, 79, right? So I think that it could play around these levels, right? Somewhere around here. This could play out, right? Going up higher. If you look to CFTC data, we can see it's still very bullish. We can see slight drop in the longs, right, in here. But again, it was when? On the Tuesday, right? Remember, on the Tuesday in here, we don't have a data for this, right? Do you think that they closed more longs in here? Probably not, right? So most likely there was more longs, even more longs added, right? So again, looking for a swing low to be created around these levels, and then some stop hunt for the potential continuation up. Right now, if we look to the retail trader, what they are doing, you can see that they've been actually quite heavily short before a FOMC right in here. Actually in here, right, we can see that their shorts has been growing. Now the next day, which was a Thursday, let me show you, let me remove this, which was in here, they've been adding even more shorts in here, and you can see on the Friday the shorts has disappeared, right? So from average 24k they dropped to the 11, right? So what that means? That means that probably some of them has been knocked out, right? Stopped out, or somehow they had to take their buy stop, right? Which basically buy stop is a stop loss of their short orders. So right now they are trying to buy, they are buying, but let's see if it is maybe too early and how far it will go, right? So in my opinion, something more has to play in here, because we can see retail traders are in here and they have longs, right? So they will not give it to them for free like this, right? So when they have longs right now, where will be stop losses? Here, probably here, right? So the price can play into this fair value gap, right, where we get this FIB nice levels, right? As well, what I like to use in the fair value gaps is this to nicely frame, you know, the levels, right? So now you can see how exact, almost same, right, level size. So that's where I would like to be interested to play on the euro. Next one is pound. In my opinion, very bullish, ultra bullish actually. You can see we broke above this previous month high in here, and again we have left nice equal highs, you know. So what does that mean? That means that it's a fake illusion of the resistance where the price most likely will come again. So now price is dropping lower. We actually getting already quite a nice level, because look, if we put FIB, you can see we already around the 62 and the optimal entry. But I think again here we will be waiting for the dollar, right? So you can see this beautiful fair value gap, right, and this order block, right? So of course, I will not put blindly the trade in here, but I'm interested around this level or maybe here. Depends again on the dollar for the confirmation to go long. But why? Look at the COT data, right? You can see this is a huge thing. When this happened, and again, it was data from the Tuesday, this big move is not included, right? So it's going to be even more bullish right now. You know, we flipped from the minus 26 to the plus 21 in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's a huge. It will not go down right now, because the big market players, they did not do this for just 1 week move, right? This is going to be last much longer. If we look to the retail trader, you can see some retail traders has been knocked out on the Thursday. You know, now they are starting to buying in here, right? So again, here needs to be something more played out, right? And I will be watching how these numbers are changing, just to confirm, you know, my thesis, which I already have in here. Next one is going to be USD CAD. Again, we had a perfect move, right? Taking out these two liquidity zones. Let's go to a higher time frame to see the potential, right? So I think we can go deeper into this level, but how I will play in here, right? So again, actually always same thing, still repeating same approach to the markets, right? Adding the FIB in here. Let me remove this one, right? So if you look on the daily, so here is a fair value gap, which is not highlighted in here by my indicator, because it will highlight on the Monday, right? So because it doesn't count this candle as a closed yet, right? And as you can see in the middle of it, that's where is the most of my interest. Right now I want to put a FIB, right? So I got FIB in here, and I would be interested above a 50% of this swing, right? So let's go lower time frame again. 4 hours, let's adjust a FIB from here to here, right? And yeah, so I want to see a pullback at least to the 50%, right? Or into the 50% of this fair value gap, and it has to be with the alignment with the dollar index, right? So once the dollar index is in here and starting to giving a swing high, right, confirmation, then I am interested doing the things on the other pair side. So USD CAD COT data, what we can see in here, you can see that actually we had the peak in here, and since then the longs are sharply dropping, right? Shorts we don't see properly added yet, but again we don't have this in the COT, right? If you look to the retail trader, we can see that they are still trapped in the longs. They are trying to long it, you know, or maybe they're running the martingale, expecting a pullback, right? We will see how this will change on the Monday, right? Maybe we could see this pullback in here, right? Because if we look to the other pairs, the pound has already made a pullback, right? Euro has already made a pullback, and the dollar index is making a pullback already as well, right? USD CAD still without a pullback, right? So maybe because we had a previous week, previous month taken, maybe we could see pullback coming in here, right? This actually could be a maybe nice counter trend trade, right? Anyway, if the price again comes to this zone higher, then I would be interested short it, right? And it all has to play in the first 3 weeks of the next week, because then I really don't want to be in the markets, right? So now last one is going to be a Aussie USD, which I'm adding today into my analysis, because it came into my interest, because I see that in the COT data this is very bullish, right? It seems bearish, but again, look, we have minus 80 net positions, and how it's changing: minus 83, 75, 65, 77, 52, right? So you can see these big positive changes coming, right? The shorts has been closed, right? Longs slightly growing, and in my opinion, if we connect it with the weak dollar, it's giving us a opportunity to go even higher, right? So again, we have this in here, we have these two equal highs, right? So if I get a pullback around this 50% into this fair value gap, I would like to be taking a long, right? So let's go to the retail trader, right? And we can see that basically little bit they knocked out something, but it wasn't any big change. So in my opinion, here could be a bigger move up, right? So yeah, so that would be actually everything for me, and I wish you a great trading week, my friends. Bye bye.